Hey guys, it's Jodie Ofori and you're jamming with Jodie. Yeah, you know the vibes, come on. Okay, today we're doing a makeup tutorial, my makeup tutorial. I'm gonna give you the steps of how I do it. This is how I do it, not how you have to do it, but how I do it. Okay? If you want the details of how I got my hair like this, check my Instagram account and all the details will be on there. Let's stop the talk and get straight into it. Okay, you always know that I'm going to start off with my Vital pencil in brown. I love this thing. I will vouch for this thing until I die. I literally love it so much. So you guys know how to do your eyebrows by now. Filling them in, just outlining them and filling them in, because you know a girl doesn't have a lot of eyebrow here, but I do, yeah, but it's just that mine's a bit thin, but there is some there. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So after that's done, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. concealer in the shade Deep Chestnut. And I'm just using my eyebrow pencil to underline. Is underline even the right word? Hey! I'm going to say underline. Underline the bottom of your eyebrow. Just create that arch that you want. Because, you know, we're not doing boxy here. We're trying to get that natural vibe. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So you're just going to replicate that with the other eyebrow, but again, we're not going to spend too long on this because I know you guys know how to do your eyebrows by now. But if you don't, we're underlining the bottom of my eyebrow and we're trying to make them look like sisters. Not twins, but sisters. And I feel like that's the best advice that I've ever heard. That you don't want them to look so identical, but you want them to look like, you know, siblings, like sisters. So you guys look alike, but you're not too alike, but yeah. So I'm going to take my NYX foundation and just conceal the top of my eyebrows so we don't create that halo look where it just looks so bright. And no, we're going to make sure everything is making sense in this makeup tutorial. So after that, I'm just going to get my Real Technique brush and I'm just going to blend out all the remaining concealer. But what I do is I do not drag it out onto the bottom, like the top of my eyelid. I just make sure that it's blended out around the upper space of my eyelid, but I do not drag down, and I'll explain as to why I don't do that later on. But even that, I'm just dragging it across my eyebrow, making sure just that directly underneath the bottom of my eyebrow is blended up properly, and then we're making sure that the foundation is blended up at the top. You can mix in your forehead if your foundation is close to your skin tone. It shouldn't really make such a difference. After that, it's just going to blend out in the middle because we do not want them eagle wings. It is 2022. We need our eyebrows to look patterned. You guys already know I'm going in with my e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer. This is my favorite, especially as I have dry skin and my eczema is really coming out to play today. It is honestly great to cover all that up. So now I'm going in with my NYX Born to Glow foundation. I literally just love how this foundation makes my skin look. Obviously we have that nice natural glow that comes on, but I just feel like the shade for my face is so great. Sometimes, you know, certain foundations come off a bit orangey, but this one is just perfect. If you need a cheap drugstore foundation that will give you full coverage, I feel like this is perfect. It's so cheap, it's so nice. So especially if you're using it for every day, going out, work, wherever you need to go, this is just great. I feel like this is definitely good. So I'm using my beauty blender to just blend that all out so we have coverage everywhere. But again, I don't go over it on my eyelids. I leave my eyelids alone, and I will explain to you as to why I do that. So now we have the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Chestnut, and I'm just applying this amount to these particular areas just underneath my eye. And look at me, got in my hair per usual because I'm such a klutz. But yeah, we just replicate on the other side, we mirror that, and I literally just put my concealer in these areas. Now I'm going to go in with my Fenty Beauty contour stick in the shade Caviar. And I'm going to do this while my concealer dries and gets a bit tacky, because then the blend will come out really nice and you have a smoother finish. But yeah, I told you I put my contour this high. This is for me and the way my face is structured. It just makes sense for me. But yeah, I just do it this high and I go in with my arched brush and I'm literally just going to blend that out along the line that I've made, not the line that I've made, but along kind of my cheekbone, just to kind of get that structure that is evidently not there at the moment, but your girl's in the gym, so we're going to get that back, period. But I've just blended that out just to make sure that my cheekbones are more defined. This is all about how you do it, the shading. I think of it like a coloring book, like when you shade certain areas it comes out a bit more. Yeah, it's the same thing, mate. And that's what I'm doing. Yeah. Once that's blended out, I'm gonna go in with my Revolution baking powder in deep dark. I think this is the loose one. I'm just applying it to a beauty blender and I'm literally gonna put it underneath my contour just to make sure it's defined. The reason why I don't do the whole concealer reverse contour thing with the concealer is just that I find that it's just kind of looking a bit too harsh slash, I don't know, I just don't really like the way it looks. I just rather just do it with the powder so it's not as harsh but you still get that definition in your face. Yeah, but you can see I'm excited by this because I look good. Like, don't lie and say I don't look good. I look, come on man, you know the vibes, come on. Now I'm done with that, I'm now going in with my concealer and I'm blending that out, but you can see it looks quite full. It comes across as a lot, but I promise you it's not. And now that it's tacky, it has just such a smoother finish, not looking patchy or anything. I didn't even wet my beauty blender. Usually I do, but this time I didn't. But right now it's making a lot of sense. So I'm just blending that all out. I know somebody is going to complain and be like, this is really light. Oh my gosh, why don't people want to stick to their colours? Da, da, da. Look, I promise you it's not light because usually I go in with a white tar concealer to add it on top. And I don't have that at the moment. I lost it. So we're just going to keep it simple and basic because it's an everyday routine. But I promise you it's not light. Yeah, we're just blending that out. And notice how I don't put anything, I don't actually apply concealer on my chin. I just use the excess from the other places that I've done and I just apply it because I just feel like it looks better that way. You don't want everything too I guess bright slash done up. But yeah, we're just making sure that this is blended out properly because you just don't want to look mad. Like, this will really make or break your look. So now that I have that properly blended out, you can see the difference and how it looked before and how it looks now. Oh my gosh, why am I speaking like that, yo? How it looks now, and you can see that it's way better than how it was before. So we're going back with the arched brush and it's just making sure that nothing looks too harsh. Even when you finish blend out concealer, you just kind of go back in with the contour to make sure the contour doesn't look too harsh and the concealer doesn't look too harsh. Everything is kind of blending, so you just need to make sure that you're blending each and everything as you keep going, because if you leave certain things, one bit will look mad blended, the other bit will look harsh. You just need to make sure that everything is making sense and everything is working together as you go along. So as I finish the blending, I'm just now gonna go in with the RCMA powder. This is literally my favorite why am I speaking like this today? Favorite translucent powder. And I'm just gonna take my loose brush just to bake my under eye. I just love doing this form of baking because it doesn't come across as too much. Sometimes, I don't know, it can look very much when you over bake, even though I'm gonna bake again, but this just gives it such a smooth finish and will not give you flashback when you do it this way. I'm gonna go with my angled brush again and just go in with the contour again just to make sure everything is blended out properly. Once I am satisfied with that, I'm gonna go in with my Real Technique brush and I'm literally gonna just take off the baking powder, the Deep Dark Revolution baking powder that was baking underneath my contour, just to make sure that that is all clean. However, we still have the definition for the contour, so we get that kind of like cheekbone look. I know you're probably thinking, why is she brushing so hard? But I'm just trying to make sure that there's nothing still remaining over there and that the definition is still intact. However, it just doesn't look patchy because I just hate that look. Now we're going in with my favorite bronzer, the Juvia'S Place bronzer palette in deep dark. This comes in like a duo set and I got it from Superdrug for only £14. And if you know me, you know I love Superdrug. Sponsor me. But I love Superdrug, so for the fact that it was inside there was so good, so I thought let me review it. I have tried it out before, so a makeup look before this when I was going out, but I'm going to review it online for you guys now. So as I said, there's two shades. There's sort of like a lighter brown and a kind of darker, I would kind of say like purpley brown, reddy brown. Am I not seeing properly? But I go in with that like reddy purpley browny one, and I just feel like that fits my look way more than the lighter brown would be. Because I'm dark skinned, I doubt that lighter one will probably even show, although this is the deep dark palette. So as you can see, I'm going in with the darker one and I'm just placing it over my contour. I don't know if this is how bronzer is actually meant to be used, but this is how I'm using it. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do with that. This brush is also from the Real Technique set, and I'm just using that with the bronzer to go in with that. Again, just to create more of a glowy look for the contour, so we add that on top. So now we're going to go in with the angled beauty blender, and I'm going to go back with my RCMA powder, and I'm going to just take a bit of that on my beauty blender and go back over my under eye. And that, I told you that I don't like to over bake, but there's just 2 rounds of baking that I have to do. It's a must. So I do that again. It's just going to give that smoother look. Again, stops the flashback, make sure that the concealer is all intact, and you just kind of remain to have that lighter look, that brighter under eye, while capturing the rest of your chocolatey skin tone. Oh my gosh, listen to the makeup lyrics that I'm using right now. Come on, can somebody just give me an amen? Thank you. But yeah, I'm going out with that underneath my eyes. So the reason I said I don't put anything on my eyelids is because when I put on my eyelashes, it gives this like, I don't know, sort of like a darker eyeshadow effect. I don't know if that's just me, but I just love how my eyes look a bit darker than the rest of my face because I haven't put anything on that, and I feel like it emphasizes my eyelashes as well. So I don't put anything on my eyelids. I used to always put on eyeshadow or something. I had to put on something, but now I've gotten to the stage where I just like it without it. I just feel like it makes my eyelashes look way nicer than it would if I put something on, but that's just me personally. And now I'm going in with my favorite blush, the e.l.f. blush. This is the e.l.f. blush in Fiji. I absolutely love it. I feel like on us dark skin girls, it just looks so beautiful. I'm using my fluffy brush from the Real Technique set. You would think I'm being sponsored by the way I'm mentioning all these names, but I'm not. I'm just doing this because I like makeup. But I use this brush and I use this brush for my blush. Anyway, I use this brush to just put it on my cheeks, get that color in there. Guys, do not be afraid of blush. I used to be so afraid of blush as a dark skin girl. I did not like the color red on my nails, on my lips, on my face. It just was a no-no. But now I'm trying, like, I'm growing and I'm loving it because I just feel like it just brings such a warmth to your face after you kind of use all of these darker powders and things like that. I feel like this kind of makes you look a bit more beauty-licious, more great, more amazing, more marvelous, and that's what we're trying to do this 2022, baby. Sorry for rambling, but I learned a nose contour trick. So what you do is you put your contour, just a line on your nose, and you blend that out. I just use my finger to blend that out, and you're thinking, what the heck are you doing, Jodie? But what you're going to do is you're going to just blend that line out, and then you're going to add your concealer in the middle of that line, and that's basically going to create that contour effect for you, instead of having to put your concealer, then the two lines out, and then blending all that out and having a lot of time stressing over blending it. You just put the contour in the middle and put the concealer over it, because the contour will be under it anyway, so it will give that nose contour effect, and you just have to blend your concealer out and you're finished. It's so easy. I saw it on TikTok and I said I had to try it out. This isn't the first time I'm doing it. I've done this before now, but I can't remember which TikTok it was, and I can't remember the user. If I did, I would shout her out, but thank you so much for this trick. It's so much easier, and I feel like it looks so much more natural than having to do the contour outside of the concealer and then blending that out. I just feel like it looks way more harsh than this. I feel like you have more of a natural nose contour look, as you can see. Again, I'm just going in with everything just to make sure everything is blended. I'm also pushing in my baking powder instead of wiping it away. I don't know how people wipe away their baking powder. It just leaves me patchy and I hate it, so I just prefer to press in my baking powder, and it just gives me much like more of a softer look. Again, addicted to the blush, so we're going over with that again so it can be seen from a mile away. I'm joking, but yeah, just so it's a bit more evident on my face. Put it on my nose again just to make sure that I look like that girl, because I am that girl. Okay, I don't even know why I'm being silly, but yeah. So I no longer use eyebrow pencils because they're just not doing it for me anymore. I just feel like they don't last. So I'm using my contour stick, the Fenty Beauty contour stick, to outline my lips. And right now I'm doing my Cupid's bow, even though it's non-existent. I'm just doing that right now. I just feel like this lasts for long and it looks nice, and I like how dark it is. So when I put on my lip gloss, it just be popping. So in addition to the bronzer, I also got the Juvia'S Place lip gloss, and you guys know I love lip glosses, and especially pink ones. So I got this lip gloss in the shade Barely There, and I just think this is so cute. I love the design at the top. I don't know, is that just me, or yeah, I just think it's so cute, and I just love the shade of pink. I love the shade of pink. So I'm applying the lip gloss, and you can see I'm gassed. I honestly love this shade of pink, this sort of candy floss pink. I just feel like with the contour stick that I use, it just makes it look so good. I feel like this one did smell really nice, and it has a sort of taste. I'm not saying that I tasted it, but obviously when it's on your lips you can kind of taste it, and it has a really nice taste, and I honestly would recommend this to everybody. I just think it's so cute and applies really well. I'm just going over the outline of my lips so it's a bit more prominent, because sometimes the pink can take over. Going in again with my blush just to finalize it. But guys, I look so pretty and nobody can tell me anything. Like, I honestly love how this has turned out. I haven't even used setting spray yet, and it just looks so smooth. It just has such a clean finish. You can tell I'm gassed, like, ooh baby, ooh baby. Gotta hit you with the 1-2 pose so you know what you're working with, you know who you working with. Come on. So now we're going in with the Vitamin E setting mist. This is not an actual setting spray. This is more for like your skin, but I love using this because I just feel like it gives me such a clean and glowy, healthy finish, if that makes sense. But we gotta go over with the lip gloss one time for the one time again, because I mean, you can never have enough, can you? So we are not finished, just one more thing and then we're done. You know, I had to finish it off with the lip gloss, with the clear lip gloss on the outline of my contour, not in the inside, on the outline, and then you can kind of mix it in. But this is always part of the step. I cannot just leave it with how it was before, because to me it just doesn't make sense and it doesn't look as nice as adding the lip gloss to it. So if you don't do this, I would say add this step because it's so key. So guys, this is the finished look. How do you guys like it? Because I love it. Okay guys, thank you for watching this video. Your girl looks amazing once again, but thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.